quite different now, but scrumptious, as they say in England, because this is a bunch of British cars, including that Jaguar and a Maserati as well. But we've got all sorts out there. Ben, I know you love this category. We're moving on to our feature race, race 2 of the Group 1, Group 3 and Group 4. Now that's a lot of groups, but a lot of similar cars.
Yeah, and they're set up pretty similarly, and you're going to see it's not going to be 3 Group 3 cars winning this race probably. We've got Devon's, Porsche, beautiful Maserati, Chevy, Jaguar, MG, Mercedes-Benz, Austin Healey, Alfa Romeo, Datsun, Volvo. It just goes on and on. These are basically what I would call small bore production cars, led down the field by 2 Yanko Stingers. And in this group, if you've seen a Corvair, they're not huge cars, but in this group, they look like boats.
Well, listen, I know my British cars, but Yanko Stingers, tell me more.
It's a Chevy Corvair that Don Yanko took, kind of like Carroll Shelby did with Mustangs.
Yep.
He customized them to be really high-performance rear-engine Corvairs.
Well, here we go. There's 2 at the front here as the pace car comes off, and we are racing at Mid-Ohio. A full field. And a beautiful sound, too, as they all dive across the line and down towards the Honda Bridge for the first time. The 2 Corvairs side by side, but finally one gets the advantage into the first corner. That lovely 79.
So taking the lead right now, that's Logan Dernoshik. And we were talking about Yanko Stinger. His father, Warren, worked for Don Yanko and built that exact car and raced it at Sebring over 50 years ago.
Amazing. Look at them. They're still side by side,
Yeah.
out through the keyhole. Now they've got to sort themselves out.
These 2 always have a great race together. James Shart now takes the lead. He and Logan are used to mixing it up right there. Vic Skurmant's right behind him. So right now it looks like the rear engine cars are taking it as Cliff Murray now comes back in that beautiful Devon Porsche.
Yes, the Porsche now dropping to 4th position, the 356 that is, and like you say, the fourth Porsche. With Murray going through into 3rd place, but what a great race we've got already. Quite a combination out there. They look so different, don't they?
Yeah, it's easy to tell these cars apart right now as Logan Dernoshik takes the lead. And if you're wondering what a Devon Porsche is, Devon basically made bodies. They were a body manufacturer, and then you picked the chassis or engine that you wanted to put on them. So sometimes we've got Devon MGs, Devon Porsches, Devon Chevrolets.
Which is almost sacrosanct these days. I mean, Porsche wouldn't let you do that, I wouldn't have thought. But back in the day, it was okay.
Yeah, and then Rob Davenport right there behind Vic Skurmantz, and he is in a car that his dad used to race in, that Datsun. Beautiful car. If you get a chance, you need to go down to the paddock in the garages near a tech and look at this car. It's unbelievable. And then in that beautiful green bug eye Sprite there with the big smile, that's our Group 1 champion last year, Scott Frazier, coming around the carousel as he's trying to get by that Group 3 MGB.
First flying lap, a 148.8 by Logan Dernoshik. And good pace, and everybody just under the 150 mark. And that's a fairly handy lap around this circuit. Now, where's my
Look
Jaguar?
at that Jaguar.
I
I love
I'm
that
just
thing.
trying to see what position he's in. He's in
Yeah.
about 15th at the moment,
Then
Paul
we've got
Gelpy.
the Maserati in that beautiful yellow MGA. That's Dave Nicholas. I think for 5 or 6 years straight, he was our Group 1 champion until he was dethroned this year by Scott Frazier with his dad, Rick Frazier, in that green, what I call Booger 007 Minted, or MG Little People. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
Fraser, Innes and Kronkel. Chimer in the top 10, racing just behind them. Nicholas in 12th position. Further down, Darrow, Tennell and Gelpy. That was the man in the Jaguar I mentioned. Mr. Gelpy.
Look at this battle right here between Cliff Murray and James Shart. Because you got to think that Corvair, it just looks like it has a ton of body roll, a lot more weight. It's just not as aerodynamic as that Devon Porsche. But James Shart knows how to wheel these things around, and the good thing about a Corvair is you can make them really wide around corners and difficult to pass.
Yeah, because they're boxy looking, they look unwieldy, and as you say, they look as though they've got a lot of roll to them. But like you say, however they've set them up, they're pretty handy and nimble, especially against these smaller cars.
Yeah, if you know Ralph Nader, please send him the link to this video.
Okay.
For those who don't know, he wrote a book called The Corvair, Unsafe at Any Speed.
That's true.
Look at Rob Davenport coming here, looking at Vic Skurmantz. Vic Skurmantz is always fast. And a neat story about Vic Skurmantz, he's been racing here for over 30 years. He met his wife Barbara here, who's here with him this weekend. She's always here. He's always paddocked. There he goes, Rob Davenport on the inside of Vic. And Vic also got engaged here to Barbara. So Mid-Ohio, lots of history with our drivers.
Romance in the woods, huh?
So we got sentimental right here in this shot. That's Rob Davenport's dad's car in that Datsun. And then Vic Skurmans, he's an SCCA national champion in that car. There's Paul Conkle right there in that MGB. Oh, we got a Porsche into the grass. Stay out. Oh, I don't like to see cars try to save it and come back across, but that was a pretty good save there.
I don't want to see a classic Porsche get hurt.
No, that's such a pretty car.
Terry Tennell at the wheel doing a very good job in the 356B of holding on to it there on the grass, because I would have thought it's pretty nasty out there. We had a lot of wet weather yesterday, and if you get on the dirt and grass, it's going to be wet out there and very slippery.
There's Paul Conkle right there in that MGB, all the way from California. Dave Nicholas right there in the yellow MGA. Rick Frazier in the 007 Booger. He should be James Bond, right? Derek Chima in that number 9 midget. Those are just really fast cars. They're just tiny little wheelbase cars, almost like the Austin Mini, with a front engine rear wheel drive setup, but they're really fun, fast cars. That was basically the Miata of the day.
So just over 12 minutes, so plenty still to go in this race. So plenty of racing still to come from this race. The field's spreading out somewhat, as we can see the leaders now again. And it is Dernishek and Sharp heading down through the first corner. Cliff Murray still in third place. Then comes the Datsun of Rob Davenport. Through goes Vic Skurmans in the Porsche 356. And as you say, a host of midgets and MGs following on.
Yeah, and I love the MGs. This is the group that got me into racing. This Group 1, Group 3. I love British sports cars. There's a lot of drivers here from Zapata Racing in Nashville, Tennessee, and that's the guys that brought me into racing, so I owe them everything. Charlie Cates is out there in this group right now in a Datsun. Carl George and David Conrad joined us, but I don't see them out there. They drive MGs, so they may have never started. You never know what you're going to get with a British car. You just never know if it's going to start or not.
That little 55 is a pretty little thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that Spitfire. I love the Triumph Spitfires. Anything British, I love it. But that white Jaguar out there, I have a love affair with that car.
Derek Chima in the MG midget, just going through on the inside at turn 4, but not close enough to make the overtake in this battle for third place.
I think Bruce Revenau is the bravest person out there to be out there in a Formula Junior, that Lotus. If you're here on site or you ever get a chance, go look at his Lotuses in his trailer, at his paddock. They look like Concours winning show cars, but he's out there racing it, and that's what I love about these guys' preparation. They want to drive these cars fast, but also looking good is just as important.
Oh, of course, absolutely. You got to look good when you're going racing.
Yeah, and the other thing I want to point out in vintage racing, you know, I think in motorsports everybody kind of assumes people are cheating, but I want to point out in this field there are a lot of people that go through a lot of painstaking agony and spending a lot more money to make sure that they're racing the car exactly as it was back in the day. As we watch two equally matched Yanko Stingers coming down.
I was about to say, are these the same year? I'm guessing they are.
I don't know, but
they look very similar. Yanko Stingers, both of them, and they look very evenly matched, that's for sure. Side by side into turn 4 from the overtake for the lead. And he's done it.
James Sharp right there taking the inside line over Logan. Logan's going to try to come back, but Logan's got the outside line of a very difficult turn. But if he can stay on the outside, he's set up for the next turn.
Go on,
and he's got it right now. Look at that.
Lovely.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's some of the best display of driving.
Still at it.
Two guys that know each other so well, James Sharp, Logan Dernishek, and they are just having the time of their lives right now.
Here we go, down through Thunder Valley then, and can they do it again before the carousel, I wonder? They've spread out a little bit, but that was great. Side by side for 3 corners as we look down at these fantastic shots from the drone. live here around the world here. Greenlight Television doing a brilliant job of bringing us all the shots live here for SVRA.
And here's kind of a little bit further back, Rob Davenport, Vic Skurmans coming into the carousel. Watch how Vic can go through this carousel so fast. As we go back to turn one, Logan Dernoshik back in the lead. His dad, Warren, cheering him on. Of course, I said Warren used to build Yanko Stingers and race Yanko Stingers back in the day, and now here is his son in the lead at Mid-Ohio.
Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on the second place man, because 17's really got a really good job of building up to make the overtake, and now he's got enough time to do it again. So we should have another good battle at the front before the end of this race. And this is really holding up nice. Vic Skurmans heading through in the Burgundy Porsche 356. And just behind him, Scott Fraser in the Austin Healey Sprite.
Yeah, that's Paul Conkle right there in that beautiful MGB all the way out from California. Followed by Bruce Revenau in that Formula Junior. Looks like Paul's giving him all the room. He's basically what he's saying there, Paul, you wouldn't normally give somebody that much room, but he's saying, I see you. A lot of those guys in the Formula cars, when they race with the fendered cars, they just want to know that the driver sees them. Paul did the right thing to say, I see you, please take the line, I'm giving it to you, and that's great respect from Paul Conkle. Dave Nicholas following him right there in his beautiful MGA with his mechanic Kevin out there doing a ton of work with our Triumphs this weekend.
It's a tiny car, isn't it? It looks like you can pick it up.
Yeah, so here it is right here. A Group 3, Group 1 battle. Paul Conkle in the MGB. This is basically a battle of innovation because it went from the MGA to the MGB. British race cars right here. In my opinion, there's very few cars prettier than the MGA. It's kind of the poor man's Jaguar.
Yeah, it's a good way of looking at it.
And then there's what I call Kermit the Frog Eye Sprite, the happiest car in our group.
Yep.
Scott Fraser, Group 1 champion from 2019. And look at this. I hope we can get a shot of this red Alpha.
Yeah, that's a pretty car.
That is a beautiful car. That is a gold medallion car, meaning it's set up just as it was. Rob Davenport right there, and the number 20 Datsun, about to take third place if he can. And he went through painstaking, a ton of money, a ton of time and research to set up that car exactly as it was. But look at that beautiful
Go back to that gold medallion. What do you mean when you say that?
Gold medallion means that it is a certified car. Rick Parent, our guru there in tech, he looks at the cars. They give a ton of paperwork, pages and pages of very nerdy, detailed paperwork to say, I went through a ton of work to set the car up exactly as it was or should be, and that Alpha definitely fits the bill. It doesn't get much better.
So this is the forerunner to the current Giulietta, you could say, because it is a Giulietta, but it's back in the day Giulietta. So that's, you could argue that that's what the modern day Giulietta is based on.
Yeah, definitely. And look at this right here. You've got what looks like a shingle out there in that Devon Porsche, just no drag, being chased by what is a Datsun, almost a brick, and Rob's catching him. But then you've got that 356 of Vic Skurmans, who probably has more laps in Mid-Ohio than anybody out there.
5 minutes to go in this race, and it's still a great battle up the front between the two Corvairs. But as you can see, battles all the way through the field, and we're getting a good look at every one of the different cars here, and it's great to see so many different cars, different marks, different makes, and different years representing a little bit of a
Cliff
lock-up
Murray
there.
locks up his right front coming in. Is he showing a sign of weakness to Rob Davenport and Vic Skurmans?
Just a slight mistake. Flesh wound, as they say in Monty Python. Nothing there.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Tis but a flesh wound.
Look at that, though. That is a pretty Devon. And look at his little scoop at the front, trying to divert the air. That's just so fun.
Up towards the keyhole then, with time running out, 5 minutes to go in this race. This is a good battle in this three-way.
Outside. Is Rob brave enough? Rob Davenport, Louisville, Kentucky. Is he brave enough to take this outside line? Because that may open up the door for Vic Skurmans to come inside.
Well, actually, he's got good drive now. If he can
do the
turn it tight,
over-under.
yeah, over-under, and get some good pace down the back straight. In the number 20 Datsun, here he goes. Has he got the drive? I don't think he has, you know.
No, I think he's just punching too big a hole in the air. He's going to really have to outbrake Cliff here.
Into turn 4 they go then. Wasn't able to make it happen. Still time yet in this race. But at the front, it's still Dernashek and Sark going head-to-head. They have an 8-second lead over third-place man. And that third-place man is Cliff Murray. Then it's Rob Davenport, Vic Scaramance in the Porsche 356. And high above this Mid-Ohio circuit.
Let's go to our helicopter reporter. Jonathan, your cousin up there?
Yeah, this is Bob up in the helicopter. Yeah, it's a little misty right down there, Bob. But, yeah, no, I think it's going to be a nice day. But right here, this is looking good from where we're at.
Yeah, thanks for that report. It's great. Oh, look at this. Here's Charlie Cates, Todd Cruz. Todd Cruz looks like he might be coming in as a
lock
mechanical.
up again. He just locks up again.
Yeah, Todd Cruz coming in. That's unfortunate. His mechanic, Mitch, is going to have some work to do. Charlie Cates in that Datsun gives the guys plenty of room to get by. Thank you, Charlie. Charlie was our Group 3 winner a couple of years ago, champion, as he lets Rob Davenport come by, giving him plenty of room, which is what we like to see from our lap traffic.
So we'll get 2 laps out of this one. The Datsun popping out again as they head towards the keyhole. He didn't have the front last time out to swing shot round the outside. He might try it again this time. He's a little bit closer. Or will he turn back in again as he did before? Well, he's trying around the outside. Oh, he's probably let himself out.
Yeah, oh man, nice driving from Rob Davenport and Cliff Murray right there. Cliff held his line, gave him the room, and basically said, if you can hold it, you can take it.
Yeah.
Rob just couldn't hold it.
Well, and Skurmans just behind them may take both of them if they keep battling this way.
I think that's what Skurmans is doing. I know Vic really well.
Well,
I
he's
think
trying.
he's watching and just holding it back. Yeah, watch this.
Here we go. Again, he's on the outside, but he's keep trying to do the switchback. It's just not getting the power to get alongside him. And this is good defensive driving by the 72.
Yeah, but that Devon Porsche, if you know anything about Porsches, they're about balance and brakes, and I think he just has a little bit, I think he can brake a little bit deeper than Rob, and Rob is just trying to put the power down. It's all about just waiting for Cliff Murray to make a mistake in that Devon Porsche.
High above Thunder Valley then, coming down to the closing stages. Here come the leaders into the carousel, and the lead now has dramatically changed in terms of the distance between Dernashek, who crosses the line now, and the gap is 4 or 5 seconds now. So the 17's quest to try to win this one is pretty much over, but the Corvair on its way to victory. White flag is out.
Is it? I didn't see the white flag.
No.
We show a last lap thing, and they're not showing that.
Okay.
So this is Logan Dernashek right here. Great shot. Look at how cool that car is.
You know, I had a look at that car last night when we were doing the Triumph stuff, and it's beautifully prepared. The paintwork is absolutely awesome.
Yeah, he was with us at Sebring, and he and his dad really put a lot of time and effort in that car. You know, that's a piece of their family legacy right there that he's driving around. They just love it, and that's what it is about vintage racing. Logan's a really good driver. He's got a lot of racing experience in his past and all kinds of things. But to him, he wants to win the race, but I think even more than that is preserve his family legacy. So notice those flaps in the rear. That's bringing air down to this weird Corvair engine that's in the back behind the wheels that has a belt that's drawing the fan that's in a 90-degree angle. And I've actually seen Corvair guys come in with a belt in their hands, knock it on the roof, and a guy, while the car is running, put the belt back on, which is not recommended. You can lose fingers that way.
Yeah.
But they've done it so many times that while the engine is running, the guy can put the belt on, he knocks on the roof, and the guy's back out quicker than a NASCAR tire change.
That's wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah, it's an interesting, the front looks like an old BMW. The back, you can't work out. And I was wondering what those flaps were for, but thank you for the explanation.
Yeah, so the air comes off of that rear window straight into the engine bay, like an old Porsche, you know, air cooling the engine.
Yeah, really cool.
I think that was, for a while, I think Chevy thought, well, let's try to make a Porsche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we are seeing the last lap board, so we're on the way now for Logan Dernashek. There's the second place man. Across the line now.
I really appreciate the shots we're getting today. We're getting to see the whole field, all the drivers, because in vintage racing, it's all about just these packs of cars that are racing each other, especially in these mixed groups. But we're really getting to see some fantastic cars today on this live stream.
Yeah, and if you want to learn more, we've got a brand new app now on SVRA. Trans Am also have a similar one, Android and Apple. You can download it, it's free of charge. But I'll tell you what, it's worth its weight in gold because there's so much stuff there. All the results, all the features, some historic stuff from JJ O'Malley, who's our historian. Some great, interesting facts and figures about how many years we've raced here at Mid-Ohio and what's been here before. And, of course, the live stream, the most important part, to come in and join us as the Jaguar XK comes out of the carousel and past our commentary position.
Hopefully we get a shot of this. Look at this. Here's two of the prettiest cars in the field that Logan Dernoshik's about to pass. This Maserati and this Alfa Romeo. Maserati has the white stripe. Beautiful car.
But we are watching the closing stages. This is the final lap then of...
Look at that.
Our Group 1, Group 3 and Group 4. Race 2, and he does go around the outside. And into the carousel for the last time, and whoa, gets a wiggle on.
Giving a little show.
Yep, putting the show on. Almost did his donuts before the checkered flag, but he takes the checkered flag and wins in style, and he wins by a country mile. Here comes second place out of the complex and over the line.
Let's see if Rob can take it.
And at this great freeway battle for third place, excellent stuff. And it's Cliff Murray who does hold on in the Model D Porsche, ahead of Rob Davenport, who takes the Datsun to fourth position. Skermans in the Porsche 356, well, there he is. In the number 70, does finish in the end in fifth place. Scott Fraser in sixth. Bruce Ravenau in seventh place.
But I want to say in this mixed group, so it's Scott Fraser first in class, Group 1.
Sure.
Bruce Ravenau second in class, followed by Dave Nicholas in that yellow MGA in Group 1, which means they're just smaller bore race cars. He's waving. He's waving with all fingers, too. That's rare for Dave Nicholas. That's good stuff. Means he had a good race.
Well, as we wind down our Group 1, 3 and 4 feature race, coming up next, it's Group 9. Their feature race coming up, and once again, that should be a cracker. That one's coming up. Local time, 11:05, roughly. We're a couple of minutes over time, but roughly speaking, in the next 10 minutes, we'll have more racing to come. My thanks to Ben Stitzel again. And another run into yesteryear as SVRA shows off its cars, and we have many more to come. Stay with us here on the Speed Tour. We've got more action coming very soon.